back to the Movie Studio, and today I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. Me and my mom are going to be doing a Which is Better, Heartland versus When Calls the Heart. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so these are two of our favorite shows, honestly. They both have the same town slash family vibe, and everyone dealing with their own challenges and coming together by the end. Before we begin, we are going to talk a little bit about what we like about each show, and then we're going to talk about what we like is better. Also, thank you for 300 subscribers. I really am excited for my channel to move forward with that. Okay, so first of all, we'll talk about Heartland. So we are currently reviewing that right now, and When Calls the Heart reviews will be out on Tuesday mornings. And our Heartland reviews are typically out Wednesday. We released the last one last week's early. So when it comes to Heartland, it's a very family-driven show. And it's about horses, and it's about the characters overcoming their challenges, mainly through horses, and some through like business, like Lou and Tim. But it has like everyone like development as characters in one way or another. I think I like the horse aspect. I like the relationship aspect. So do you think that Heartland? What are your thoughts on Heartland? Do you like it?
I think it's a good show. It's a good, wholesome, kind of feel good family show. And I think it's important to have those kind of shows because a lot of the TV viewing isn't something that you can watch with the whole family. Heartland is definitely one of those. It's set in modern day time. A lot of the situations are real life, that you could imagine yourself going through, or maybe situations that maybe will help you down the road to handle things that you might be going through. So in that regard, I think that's a good thing.
The only thing that is a little bit iffy on Heartland is is a few of the characters. I feel like they have an issue, and When Close to Heart can have like I think all shows have this issue. Heartland more is getting rid of a lot of characters. It just seems like they just like come and go more. Like important characters like Mallory or Tim's son, they just kind of like disappear. And When Close to Heart does a better job of reminding us of those characters. Like even with Abigail, they gave it a clear reasoning as to why she isn't there. And like I don't think that that's something that Heartland they probably think of doing that, but like it's just like different scenarios, and I think that's part of it. Would you agree?
I do. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And especially in Heartland, Tim's son, because you think this is his child. Okay. So we don't even see him. We haven't seen him in how long. So, but Tim is supposed to be this, has turned over this new leaf. He's this good, wholesome person, but where's his son? So, yeah, I do find that a little odd.
Last time we saw him was season 6. And he got like a mention in season 8 because Miranda was getting married, and Tim would have crashed the wedding. But like again, like I don't think that he needs to be involved in there, especially because now's the time. Tim is able to like treat to his son where he wasn't really able to in the past. And we don't get to see that. And nowadays, I'm not even a big fan of like the relationship that like Tim has with his daughters. Honestly, it's like way different than like the relationship that Jack has with his daughters. So I still kind of wish that Shane was on the show, so Tim was able to have that bond with him. But that's for another time, I think. But like, I think that they do have some sort of trouble like getting rid of characters that are important to the story and not even mentioning them too, and having them have any involvement in the story and having like drive like a character, for instance. When it comes to When Calls the Heart, overall really good show. The characters I personally think are more relatable than Heartland. Like Elizabeth is relatable, and Abigail, unfortunately, she's gone, but we're hoping that she'll come back eventually. Bill, Lee, Rosemary, which we prefer Rosemary over Lou. Like the characters I think go in close to the heart are more relatable than the ones in Heartland. The only issue I have with When Close to the Heart is that I kind of wish that I focused a little bit more on that time period. It seems like a lot of the stuff now can take place in modern day life, and I think maybe, hopefully, this season they'll restore back to it's like the 1910s or whatever. Would you agree that a little bit?
I would agree with that because it's supposed to be kind of historical fiction in a way. And it does seem like it's something that could be happening right now besides their period dress. But yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. It's a good wholesome show, once again, just like Heartland. probably even more so because they're trying to make it a little more conservative because it is set back
Mm-hmm.
in the early 1900s. But it's definitely, the characters are very endearing to you. You fall in love with them. You kind of ride along with their highs and lows. You know, things that are going on in their lives, and even a character like Henry Gowan, who you love to hate, you love to love him too. So you're always rooting for um, all of them, especially
Mm-hmm.
the bad guys, to get
Mm-hmm.
better.
I feel like I think we've rooting for like people like Rosemary, which we
Mm-hmm.
kind of find annoying, and Henry Gowan, and like Lou and Tim, we haven't really rooted for them as much because they're just kind of like annoying. But like I think I get where you're coming from when like we have like these characters develop and we grow to like them too. Where I think it's a little bit harder with Heartland, just because like the characters seem to be a little bit like Rosemary is still the same, Henry Gowan's kind of still the same, but I think they developed as characters. Where Lou and Tim they kind of have, but like I still feel like they're still like in that like stage that we saw them even like back from season one, where they still have those quirks about them, and it doesn't feel like they changed at all. Where I do think that Rosemary has gotten better when it comes to her gossipness, and
Mm-hmm.
Henry Gowan's become better as a person.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So character development, I win close to the heart, in my opinion, is better.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship aspect, to me, when calls the heart is better. I'm enjoying the love triangle. I think it's gonna be getting resolved this season. I enjoy the love triangle more than like Lou's love triangle with Peter and Mitch, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, like Elizabeth, I think it makes more sense for her to have a love triangle, and like they're playing it way more emotional. Um, where like Lou just seems like kind of like obsessive, and like she just can't choose between the two guys, and like she's almost like kind of playing both of them. It seems like.
I agree.
So like I think the relationship aspect and like seeing like Jesse and Clara fall in love, for instance, seeing Elizabeth and Jack before, seeing Rosemary and Lee, we like see those fall in love more. And like instead in Heartland, it just feels like Lou hasn't even like we Mitch has been here since season 9, and we're already on season 14. This is still going on. So like
Mm-hmm.
I think that in Heartland, I just think that the relationships are going on for too long, and like Lou and Peters definitely didn't need to last from season 3 to season 8, in my opinion. So I think that the relationships are better set up than When Close the Heart. Would you agree?
That the When Calls the Heart relationships are set up better.
Yeah.
Definitely, I definitely think they are. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely appreciate them, and um, I'm just more inclined to root for them and enjoy the development of each of those relationships more than I do on Heartland. Besides Amy and Ty, I mean, that was a classic
Mm-hmm.
love story. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I do prefer Amy and Ty over Elizabeth and Jack. Overall, I'm fine with Jack. I think that I we didn't see him long enough. I don't think like and like their relationship. It didn't feel like it started kind of late, and then they immediately killed him off right after they got married.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me just not really root for them anymore. And I don't. I mean, I thought they were cute together. I just don't think I didn't see as much potential as like maybe like these couples, that we're gonna one of these two couples that we might get in the future. But I still think Jack was a good person. But
Mm-hmm.
Amy and Ty's also had way more time to develop. They've been kind of more obstacles.
Yeah.
So like they've had time to have that like classic love story, which I do prefer. That I do prefer time, that relationship over. I think any Win Close That relationship we've gotten so far. But overall, Win Close That, in my opinion, has better relationships than
Mm-hmm.
Heartland. When it comes to the acting, I think both shows have great acting. Um, I would say that as an actor, I personally think that Erin Krakow is a better actress than Abram Marshall. Might be a different opinion than what you guys have, but I think that there's something interesting about Erin Krakow's emotional acting. When Jack died, she was very emotional and she had really well done acting. When she's like writing letters in her like journal, like starting to say goodbye to Jack, and like having to choose between the two guys, that's very emotional. I think that she does a really good job with that. And nothing against Amber Marshall, I think she does a fine job. I just think that Elizabeth, and that they developed her story more that way, where you think more emotional towards her character, like writing stuff down and stuff like that, where Amy's is more dealing with horses. Um, I personally think all the other acting, I think that Rosemary is a good actor, in my opinion. Lee's a good
Mm-hmm.
actor. Bill's a good actor. Henry Gowan, we've seen him in Riverdale. He's a decent actor. I wouldn't say as well as some of the leads, but I think that Heartland has good acting too. But I think When Close to the Heart, in my opinion, has a little bit better acting. What do you think?
And I think I agree with you. I think the acting is decent. And once again, it goes back to just the characters that they've developed. Like Rosemary, for instance, she's just, I've loved to see her character evolve to where it is now. And it's just, she's so just boisterous and just in your face with everything. And, it's just, it's fun to see those characters come to life on the show. So.
Hmm. And as far as like, um, when advertising, for instance, can be something too. When Close to the Heart, in my opinion, is better advertised, and like I think we're hyped up for it a little bit more. I think that right now at this point, I think that unfortunately with Ty dying, we're a little bit we're excited for When Close to the Heart to come about and like see Elizabeth finally make her decision. Um, and I think that both of the shows are really great, and we're gonna actually go ahead and get into our final opinion. And you might have already know, but we prefer When Close to the Heart over Heartland.
Mm-hmm.
Heartland is a great show. Like overall, we give it an A. I would say
Mm-hmm.
A plus, almost an A plus. I think for When Close to the Heart. The only flaws I see are them unfortunately killing Jack off, which isn't necessarily a flaw to the show, but like overall in Heartland, and also like When Close to the Heart, like the time period, I want them to have restore a little bit back to them. Um, why do you think you prefer When Close to the Heart over Heartland?
I think it all goes back to the characters. I just love the characters they've created, and those characters, those actors and actresses are doing a great job um, making them come to life. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just enjoy following them through their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can comment down below which show you like better, When Calls the Heart or Heartland. And we will be back this Tuesday morning. Will be our review of When Calls the Heart. Season 8 premiere will be available. And then Wednesday morning will be Heartland Season 14 Episode 6 review. So anyways, I want to thank our Forte Studio. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications to your numbers of video. Thanks for watching and